YouTube, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a good day. I know you are. I hope you enjoyed that new Florida garage. We're back in the Washington State garage. That being said, we're going to be doing a Lotus Exige video today. Get some good content out there. Issues with the Lotus Exige. I did a video on going from incandescent bulbs to LED bulbs. My low beam headlights, believe it or not, have actually gone out. And so we're gonna turn the lights on. And there should be low beams. So the high beams do work, or the daytime running lights, is what those are. But the high beams, the two upper ones that I installed, and that one's flickering a little bit, they don't turn on. And so then we can actually come over to here and let's see if I can get the high beams to go on. So here are the high beams. So this is just like the daytime running lights. These bulbs should be lit up right here. They're not, so we're gonna install new ones. And then the high beams, they do work like that. See how they're on? But I am gonna install a new set of those. So let's turn the lights off real quick. Let's do that. There we go. That being said, we're also going to do side markers. So these side markers, will I do them on this one? Yeah, probably, but not today. We're gonna go purchase some nightshade and we're gonna smoke out these side markers here. Why? Because this car got a little bit clipped right here and they broke. It's crazy, they just broke that. And it looks better with the black. So that being said, I'm just gonna remove that broken one. I got a new one and we're gonna do nightshade on both of them and it'll look great. So here's what I got. These are the SCO Park LED. And we got the high beam and low beam in here. These are $50, which is too bad because the other ones I probably paid, not exact same price, but something similar. We're gonna have an H1 and I believe an H7. So these are going to be the low beams, and then these will be the thin ones will be the high beam, or the low beams, high beams reversed. And then here is my replacement turn side indicator. This was so expensive. This is $150 to buy it used. It's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I spent that much on it. And I think there might be a tiny little scratch right here on it. But that being said, we're going to smoke this out. And then on the next video, I was able to source some of these. I love this. This is a black faceplate for the Lotus. It says ELISE on it, and I have an Exige. But what we're going to do is that we're going to leave the original little gray piece over that. So now I'll have black faceplates. I really like that look. I'm kind of like a neat freak. And then after that, what we're going to do is on the next following videos, we're going to do the JV4, which is everyone's kind of waiting for this. This goes on the Lotus EVORA. This is a plug and play tune. We're going to connect it up. We're going to do a video of installing it, a video of dynoing it without the tune on it, and then a video dynoed with the tune on it. My dyno is on May 5th, so I already have it scheduled at Drift Office, so you guys make sure you like and subscribe to see for that, and we'll have that all connected. So today we're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to make the front of the car look good. The next video is going to be the dash is looking good, and we'll be on our happy merry way. Let's go get in the car and get some nightshade paint. So let's get in the Exige. This is just so cool. We're gonna start this thing up. It doesn't look dirty on camera, but it definitely needs a wash. So we'll do a wash too. Let's go drive it a little bit. We'll wash it and then we'll start working on the installs, and I'm really excited. This is gonna be a great Sunday. Okay, so we started the Exige. This is one, that's just like the daytime running lights and the brake lights, just so that your tail lights on. Then this would be the high beams or low beams, and they don't. I keep on getting those wrong. Sorry, they don't turn on at all. So one of the right one flickered, and then the left one flickered, and then they just don't work. But then you click this forward, and you have the high beams. That one's a little bit high, but they do those. So I've been driving around with high beams. The car's so low that no one even notices. And then the next thing is earlier in the video we just said about the faceplate. That's silver, and I cannot wait to have that black. It'll be an orange illumination still, but with black. I actually did that on my ELISE, and then this is carbon fibered from Greg's Racing Parts, and then this will be black too. So this won't be silver. This will be black, and that'll be black, and it'll look really good with the rest of this interior. I like it a lot. It's just gonna be my thing. The next thing is I'm probably gonna do a head unit, which I've already done all this on my ELISE Turbo, which I'm trying to buy back. But that being said, let's go drop off some MITSUBISHI.com orders and get that nightshade paint. I will say I got that JanSpeed Stage 2 exhaust on this. It is buzzy. I've seen a lot of Lotus owners because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them are older because it costs a lot of money to get the car. And that being said, I do see them go back to this stock exhaust a lot because it's just so buzzy. These exhausts are buzzy. It reminds me of my NA2ZZ MR2. It sounds a lot like that. Anyways, I was unable to get nightshade. It seems like they don't carry it as much anymore, so we purchased Rust-Oleum's lens tint. I remember this stuff being like $12. This was $27. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is so expensive. But I've used it on a lot of things. I've not used this brand, I've used the VHT. We'll see if this is good. But what we'll do now is we're gonna bring the car back home, wash it, dry it, and remove the side markers and paint them to get a nice before and after. I do think that a lot of, yeah, like I said, a lot of Lotus owners are a little bit older, maybe like in their 30s to 50s, and I know that like a 18-year-old boy would love this car to be as loud as possible, but this JanSpeed, it is loud, it does make noise. Okay, we got the Exige home. So cool. What a great car. So cool. It is as good as you think it is. It's a beautiful, you know, 2ZZ, which is a 1.8 liter, little high revving, just great car. It's so fun. It is very small. We moved the EVORA out. Gosh, that is such a nicer luxury car compared to this though. They may look actually similar in size on camera. In person, this is definitely smaller, but this is a significantly better build quality, this one, and so is the EMIRA. The EMIRA is just, the EMIRA is not even a Lotus, to be honest. Lost a lot of the quirky features. This is just put together by chewing gum and sticks and twigs. That being said, let's wash the car since we brought it home, and then we're gonna bring it in. We'll put it up on jack stands on the front, remove the fender liners on each one, and the side markers, paint them outside, and then reinstall it and have a nice setup. And I'm excited. This is just Mitch Dore enjoying his Lotus Exige. I gotta be honest, a lot of times you guys watch these videos and I watch these videos just to see the car. I'm cool, I like me and all that stuff, but the real reason is just to look at the car, because there's not much content about these out there, especially with like a United States guy like me. So this is pretty cool. I love these cars. I hope you guys enjoy this. It is my passion. I've really love Lotus. Lotus is my fun. I got some old videos saying Lotus lots of trouble, usually serious, because my first two sets were really bad. This is part of the game. It actually makes it even more fun to have all the problems. It's just quirky little things. That being said, let's wash this thing and shine it up. Okay, the Exige looks mint, absolutely perfect. Look at that. I actually did a little pressure washer on it. It is so perfect now. What an absolute stunner. Okay, let's bring the car in to the garage and start working on the two projects. Okay, we're gonna do one side at a time. So we're gonna put a little jack stand right here. We're gonna lift up the Lotus. We will remove the wheel so that we can remove the fender liner inside of here, and then the headlight cover too, so that we can remove the whole headlight cover, put the new bulbs in, put the new side marker in, and call it a day. That being said, let's go ahead and look at the other side marker that I have, and it's right here. And so we're gonna start spray painting this one. Actually, we're gonna remove both these so we can get them painted at the same time. And then this should fit, let's see, right here. Yeah, and it'll be smoked, it'll look good. Okay, so lefty-loosey on the lug nuts. Do those before you lift up the car. There's a little lifting point right there, as I mentioned earlier. Then you're going to use the Phillips head to remove the, after you get the wheel off, you're going to use the Phillips head to remove the wheel liner up here, and then you're going to get this side marker removed. It's just a click in, and then on the back of it has just these like fake 10mm weird lug nut things, or weird bolt things. We're going to bring these on over to the table and start painting these. Okay, we got a little table here. We're going to use this as, again, the Rust-Oleum lens tint. Just going to do a nice faraway coat like that. I got this funny little cinder block. That's it. One more. There you go. So we'll leave that for a while, let it dry. That'll be first coat. We'll probably do 5 coats. We want them dark and almost where you can't even see the lights in them, but when the lights do shine, it'll probably be like a dark amber-ish cool looking, but they will be black. So when I take photos of the Exige, they will be black, which is what you want. That's what I want. I mean, black mid-tail light, black, you know, I gotta get the Lotus in black. Black blade, black wheels, black side scoop, black side marker, MITSUBISHI.com, swing by. And then I should probably do the fuel cap too. So we're gonna let that start drying. We're gonna open up the headlight. I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, to remove the headlight cover, all you gotta do is, these are not them, these 10mm. I always do this every time. They're not 10mm, they're these hex bolts right here. Remove 3 of them. The lens cover will come out. You can clean it and set it aside. Here's the bulbs that I put in probably 2 years ago, maybe. And they should still be working, but they're not. Well, just that one's not. And then this one obviously burnt out right here. There's some discoloration on there. That would be the daytime running. So we're gonna install a daytime running, the high beam and the low beam. Okay, lens cover's off. I did switch out all the LEDs, H1, H7, and then a T10. This one was bad. This one was good, and then this one was bad. I did check the fuses too. You're gonna use a lefty-loosey on the mounting hardware. It is a size, maybe, I can't remember what size it is. A 3 metric? I think a 3. Yeah, size 3 to get those off. And then I went over here and tested the bulbs. So this would be your the first click on the top here is going to be your daytime running lights. So these will just be when you turn it on. So it'll be a little light in there. On the lower one, you can take those off if you don't want them. And then the cool Greg's Racing Parts tails and side markers, and soon to be the other side markers. And then we're going to turn these ones on, and now I have one that works and one that doesn't. Again, so I'm not sure why that one's not working, the other one. It could be a loose connection or whatnot, but it's connected now and it is working. And then the last click is the forward. There you go, and that's the high beam, which that one already worked. Ooh, that one's really bright, and that one works now too. That was a good one right there. So we'll leave that, and we're gonna go put the cover back on and then do this side. Okay, we finished this side. It looks great. I love it. I think it's a lot more masculine. Do you guys see it? Right there. It's clean. It looks good. It actually goes really well with the vent right here on the side. I like it. It's definitely less of an eyesore. You can't even really tell it was there. So, and you know, the comparison, I don't really have, I took it off. But that one looks good too because it's missing it. So I like it a lot more. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I got the headlight fixed. You can actually just come out here to the EVORA, which it definitely needs to be done next. Look at the EVORA. It's so contradicting that orange, the amber. So we're gonna smoke that out. It'll look good. It'll look more of like part of the body line. And then I did do 5 coats. So just whoosh, whoosh, 5 quotes, long distance, and then I'm crazy, but I actually even painted the back of the little washers. I'm OCD, someone said. Yep, totally true. I love it though. That being said, here, let's look one more time over here, and then we're gonna lift up the other car, or the other side of the car and do it. I like it a lot. I think I'm really happy with the outcome. Okay, second side's done. Remove the wheel, remove the 4 bolts, took off the headlight cover, changed the bulbs. They do work, all of them work now, which is good. And then I did adjust the lighting by, there's 2 little bolts right here, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Here, I'll just show you guys. This upper one right here goes left and right, so righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and you can watch it go against the wall. It'll go that way or that way. And then this is the up and down one right here, and it was significantly pointing way too high. I actually was getting, this one was getting people to flash their high beams, and that was on the, that's on the low beam, and then this one right here is the high beam. Same thing, you can adjust it right here, left and right. The high beam is fine, it fits perfectly. New bulbs in here, all good, and the lower daytime running light is new. So we're gonna put the cover back on and then tighten it, and we'll install the new side marker right here. Okay, we finished what we said we were gonna do, which is gonna be the side markers, which absolutely that looks so much better. I know the other one was black, but it was a little bit broken. That looks so clean. It looks good. 5 coats of the nightshade. The nightshade is expensive. It's $27 after tax. A little expensive in my opinion, but it looks good. That being said, then we also installed the new LEDs, which is just crazy that those went out. I honestly cannot believe that those went out. Interesting. That being said, let's turn those on. Everything should be working. So daytime, yep, there you go. And then high beams. So everything looks good. Woo, shiny. Those are shiny. That little buzzing noise, I swear though. So we'll turn these back off. There we go, one more. Close the door. Car looks amazing. Obviously we washed it. It's so cool, what a great car. Next thing we're gonna be doing is we'll be installing the face plates. So the face plates are gonna be black. I found those on Facebook Marketplace actually. That's a good place to find stuff, Facebook Marketplace. But we'll do the black face on the black face plate on the dash, and we'll do it on the climate control. It'll look really good. It'll look like the newer versions, and again, you know, more black and red on the car. It's looking really stealthy and good. Just something about it. It's awesome. So I'm happy with this outcome. Then we'll move on to the Lotus EVORA, and it has the BOE tune. I already put it on the car. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It's awesome. So make sure you like, subscribe, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys on the next video.